Hi everyone, welcome back to Marketing Ninja Unleashed. Before I introduce today's guest, I was actually wondering if you've ever had to sit through an event and within the first few minutes realize that it's just one long sales pitch. Then at lunchtime, just left. That's exactly what I did. But the most powerful conversation that I had that day was with Dylan, and it was just before I left. We knew we were both working in the same field. We're actually family, but we've never really connected. It took a social media event in Leicester to get us talking. And actually, it was one of the most powerful connections that I built that day. Dylan is the founder of DC Socials, and he helps a lot of businesses get their voices out on social media. He's actually also the person that's helped me bring my voice to life. He's on the other side of the camera usually, but today I've got him in front of the camera, and he's sharing some of the brilliant things that he's learned across running a business, employing staff, and trying to help businesses grow their businesses. So let's get into it. Dylan, thank you very much for being here today. I know you're used to being on the other side of the camera, so I really appreciate you being on this side of the camera and being interviewed by me for a change.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So you run DC Socials.
Yep.
Tell me a little about it.
So DC Socials was sort of started, it was kind of a little bit of an accident, basically. So I was doing marketing for about 2 years before it started. So my first job was working at an optician's, was doing social media marketing in-house for them whilst doing a course on marketing at the same time. And then sort of I was there for about a year, but just felt like I just wanted to go on something a bit bigger. Then I went on to working for a furniture company, so doing their social media in-house with a marketing team. I was there as like a marketing assistant, just learning the ins and outs of using different softwares and things like that. And then again, I just didn't feel like it was for me. After a couple of years, I just didn't feel like an office job was really for me. I just didn't like the sort of having to like ask for little bits of times off and things like that. I just didn't feel like it was for me. So I just took the decision to sort of take a bit of time out for work. I was actually going to go traveling and just sort of experience the traveling side of things and then get back to working after. But basically around a couple of months after I left that job, they actually approached me and said, we really like missed the work that you were doing. We know you don't want to come back on full time, but would you want to come on board and basically do a freelance? So I thought about it and I thought, well, yeah, why not? Get to do it from home whilst I'm doing all my other stuff. So that was actually how the business was started. So they became my first client. And then from there, weirdly, I was in my local area, walking past the opticians where I used to work at about a couple of months after I'd just been doing theirs for a little bit, and bumped into the owner of that practice, and we caught up and things like that. I actually went in for an eye test, and he actually said to me that they're looking for someone to come and do their social media for them, and they became my second client, and then that's how it really started, and then from there we've just sort of grown.
That's really exciting. And it's all happened really quickly, hasn't it? Because you're 15 months in?
Yeah, just hit 15 months in. Now we have like a full team of 4. And yeah, we've got roughly about 30 plus clients in the East Midlands that we run social media for. We do social media content shoots and things like that. So yeah, it's just been sort of, it's happened so quick.
And it feels a bit more like you this time around?
Yeah. Feels a bit, I'm loving it. I love what I do. I love sort of helping businesses, helping them grow, but also having the time to myself to learn and grow and not having that feeling trapped feeling. I can do what I want to an extent and go where I want to an extent as well, whilst working, which is the best thing.
Oh, 100% get that. And I guess it's the same sort of story for me. I worked for a few companies before I finally launched my business. But it's the flexibility, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's knowing that actually you're doing your job and enjoying it and being able to do other things at the same time, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, it was one of them things that I was thinking about for a while, but you were always a bit scared to take that jump, because obviously when you've gone from earning a solid income every single month and then go to the sort of chance of not earning nothing for a bit, then it's one of them. But I was weighing up in my head, and it was actually my best mate who said to me, like, you need to just go and do this now. So yeah, well, it was the best thing sort of done.
Thank God he did.
I know.
We met at an event that wasn't actually great. I remember walking out halfway through it, but actually having a brilliant conversation with you, and you've really helped me get in front of the camera. I started doing it, but I wasn't consistent at all. So actually having you come in, month out, is ensuring that I'm getting my presence
Yeah.
out there, and
Yeah.
I know what I want to say. I know how I want to say it.
Yeah.
It's just that consistency, isn't it? And
Yeah.
that's really important in social media, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so important nowadays because the way that my business was built is basically telling our customers that people don't really buy from prices and products anymore. They do really buy from people and people's story, because if someone's invested into your story, they're going to invest into you and into your business. When you're scrolling on social media at the end of the evening, or you've had a big day at work and stressful day at work, the last thing you want to see is this costs this, buy this now. That's truly what I feel, because if I was to see that at the end of the day, I think, oh, God, no, just get away from me. But if I was to see someone's story telling me how they started a business, the meaning behind their brand, I'd sort of tend to watch it more. And the more that I follow them, the more I'd be enticed to actually buy products from them or services. So yeah, I really do feel like having a face behind your brand is the meaning of social media.
That makes sense. And you can still sell on social media, right? Because there's things like TikTok Shop. So there's a space for it.
Yeah.
How would you say it's different, or is it different?
I would still say it's still the same, because if you look at the majority of people that sell on TikTok Shop, they're still using their face. They're still using their personality. Say if there's someone selling, I don't know, like a makeup brand, and they've got influencers selling it on TikTok Shop for them. The influencers won't say, this pen's this much, buy this now. They'll say, oh, get ready with me. And in between the videos, they'll use that product in between there. So it's all the same sort of thing. You're still putting people behind the camera. You're not just taking photo of the product and putting it on TikTok Shop. You still have to have that element of personality behind it. And when people are on TikTok, it's all people. You rarely scroll and it's all just photos of products. And if you do see photos of products, you look at the engagement and it's generally not there. But if you look at an influencer that's getting ready, or they've gone to an event and they're wearing a certain item and they're selling it on TikTok Shop, they're not selling, they're showing the item, how they get ready with the item, how they match it with other stuff, and then they're linking the product below. So I still think that it goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
That type of
it's
thing.
more of a subtle way, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not an in your face, buy this because it costs this much and it's
No,
great.
no.
It's that I've used this is great, this is how it fits into my life. So yeah, that makes complete sense. Okay. One of the things that I hear quite a lot now, I'm a millennial and quite proud of it actually, but I keep hearing that social media is only for Gen Z, only for Gen Alpha. What are your thoughts on that? Because there's a bit of an age gap between us. We won't say what, but do you think social media appeals to everybody? And if so, does it need to be changed for any audiences?
I think it appeals to everyone, because she won't like me saying this, but my mum's on it 24/7, I think. She sends me reels while she's at work. I think I just got one just before I came here. She's always sending me like products and things like that she's seen, and quotes and all sorts. So, and I think social media is for everyone, because there's always a product and a service that anyone can relate to. There's always people that other people can relate to. If you look at some of the biggest brands in the world, they're run by people a lot older than what me and you are, and they're still on social media, and they're still relating to people of their age. They're still, yeah. So I think it's for everyone. We've just got on board a brand new client as well, who's a little bit older, and she's not done social media before, and she was worried about the same thing. But I said to her, look, I said, there's a market for everyone. As long as you know who you're reaching out to, you can talk to them people. But so I think social media is generally for everyone.
Yeah, that makes sense, because it's talking to your audience, isn't it? It's adapting the message. So if they want to hear about lifestyle content, how to clean the garage, for example, how to clean gutters, whatever that is, actually there's an audience for it. And if you're helping them with that, they're more likely to engage with it.
Yeah.
There's a very little chance that they're not on any types of social media in this day and age.
Exactly.
So yeah, I
think you think of like boring industries, like standard industries like window cleaning. You go online right now, even on TikTok, and there's people absolutely killing it. All they're doing is showing them cleaning a window, and their engagement is crazy, because there really is a market for every type of industry. People will sit there and watch a video of someone cleaning a window, even if they don't know anything about window cleaning, just because they say it's satisfying or they feel like they can relate to it. So yeah, I think there's a market for sort of every industry and every type of person out there.
Yeah, and like you say, it's the industry thing, isn't it? One thing that I've battled against, because I've worked in B2B, direct to customer as well.
Yeah.
All the B2B companies were very much, oh no, we need to be professional. We need to be almost boring. We can't afford to be fun on
Yeah.
social media. That's just not true, is it?
No. I don't think it's true at all. I think businesses get this thing where they're like, no, I need to look a certain way. I need to look like professional, like really, really professional. I can't be doing none of these, showing a bit more personality and things like that. But that's the way that you're gonna sell. You're not gonna sell from like everything too serious. You need to show a little bit of personality. And we work with business to business brands, we work with business to customer brands, and we say the same thing. Show who you are, because even if you're selling to businesses, they still want to relate to you. It's not just they see your product and they want to buy from you. They still want to relate to you, because as bad as it is, there's every business, there's the same business out there. There's multiple businesses, the same people. So they're going to go to the ones they feel like they can relate to and they feel like they know, even if it is business to business, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I've seen it happen over years. And I've been trying to get customers, trying to get previous employers to show a bit of vulnerability, show a bit of personality. And it has been hard, but since I've been working for myself, it's almost I'm proving it now. I'm working in a business to business environment. I can be myself, and people trust me because I'm a face in front of the camera. But when you speak to me, it's the same conversation. It's the same tone of voice. And that's what is working for me.
Definitely.
Because it's my personality.
Exactly. And I think we work with quite a few restaurants, and we always say to them that please get your staff or you guys on camera, because when people come into the business after seeing on social media, they want to see the same people. Because if they feel like they know you from social media, they feel like they understand you, who you are, and they go in and that's that same atmosphere, that's where you're going to win. You're not going to win by having a different face on your social media, and then when they go in, they're not there. So you want to have the same sort of vibe on your social media as you do when people enter the place. So that's why I say branding is so important, because when someone sees a business social media, they want to then go into the business and feel the same feeling as they do when they watch that certain video.
Yeah, definitely. Because a lot of people talk about branding as just being your logo, and I don't know how long I've been banging on about this for, but I
think you banged on about it to me.
I do quite often. It's just not true, is it? Branding is so much more than that. It's your logo. It's the feeling that you leave people with. And actually, if you can leave them with that feeling of, oh, I trust you, I get you, I'm going to come back again.
Exactly.
They're going to keep coming back, and they're going to tell others about you. They're going to become brand ambassadors, aren't they?
Yeah, you want to have the same tone of voice throughout your whole marketing strategy. You don't want to have one tone of voice social media, and then when people come into the business, it's completely different vibe. You want everything to flow properly, because I think that's how you build customer loyalty, really.
Yeah, definitely. It's absolutely everything is built on trust, isn't it? And the only way you can do that is by showing personality. No one's going to trust a couple of words on a page.
No, exactly. I think with some of my clients actually get annoyed with me, because I'm like, please, you need to get on the camera. And obviously there's some people that literally just don't want to be on camera. But I say to them that, look, the only way this social media is going to work for you is by getting your voice or your face on the social media. And some of them are like, oh, I don't want to. And then when they do, and they see the traction that comes from it, then like, God, I should have done this sooner. So that's how we work.
That makes sense. And I guess you would also help them to be on camera as well, because I know what it's like to not want to be on camera.
Yeah.
I have not been on camera for a long time. Probably the last 18 months is the most I've ever been on camera. But before then, the thought of being on it is actually quite terrifying.
Yeah.
So can you help with that as well?
Yeah, definitely. A little case study. We have a client who's been working with us for about, I'd say 7 months now. She's a aesthetic practitioner, so things like fillers and facials and things like that. She's never, ever, ever, ever been on camera at all in her life. She hates it. She doesn't like the way that she looks on the camera. She doesn't like this. She doesn't like that. And I think that's sort of the same for everyone. I struggled with it when I first did it, but after like months and months of harping onto her saying you need to get on social media, she was like, okay, fine, let's go and do a photo shoot and a video shoot. So we went into a studio, and we basically did a whole photo shoot for her social media, showing her face, showing her personality, showing everything. And she actually wrote a really nice review for us. She posted on social media. She said she's basically never felt comfortable being behind the camera before, but we've literally changed the whole aspect of it for her, and she feels a lot more comfortable. Yeah, we've just literally, she's told us that she basically boosted her confidence so much. And I think it's the way that we sort of act behind the camera. We're not like, you need to say this, you need to say that. We're sort of like, yeah, we'll bring a little script, plans and stuff. We sort of let you say it in your own way. We take as many breaks as you need to. We're always having jokes, having laughs behind the camera as well. It's not, I think when people have the feeling of sort of going behind camera, they think very serious, very like, okay, I can't mess up, I can't do this, I can't do that. We tell our clients, mess up as many times as you want, because that shows your personality. Again, the little stutters in between, that shows who you are. No one can talk, I'll say it now, no one can talk behind a camera and not say once. So I think just saying that to our clients really help them sort of take a breath and think, okay, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, definitely. It helps. And the more you do it, the better you get
Exactly.
at it as well, right?
I think once people do it once and they realize how comfortable they feel, they get a little buzz for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was the case for me.
But I think as even for me, I've never done it before, and I actually only just filmed our first couple of videos like about a couple of months ago, and it was the same for me. But once I did it and I seen the traction that comes from it and the engagement and people, when you get nice comments as well, it's always nice when it's like, oh, you talk really good on social media, or I really felt that inside what you said. It helps you to sort of go along. And also, if I'm telling my clients to do it, I've got to do it as well.
100%. That's half the reason I ended up on camera, because it was my clients going, you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Cool. So running a business in your mid-20s,
Yep.
working with a lot of different types of people as well, different
Yeah.
customers. I know how busy you are. How do you manage all that? And what are some of the biggest challenges that you've come across?
I'll put it out there. Running a business is not easy. It's not what you see on social media. You see a lot of things on social media. It's like you're living this lifestyle, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's easy. You've got business, you're making money in the background without doing anything. It's not all like that. I started the business so when I was 20, so it'll be 22. And it's not easy. You've always got you've got pressure on you always. You haven't got that stability of, I'm definitely going to earn this much every single month. So that's one stress in your head. Another stress is, like us, we're business to business. So you're looking after someone else's business. So you're under pressure as well, because you're basically helping them run their business whilst running yours. So I think that's pressure as well. And I think one of the main things is basically having time to live your life personally as well and run your business. I know people say work-life balance, but when you're running a business, you don't have that. I don't think at the start. At the start, you're sort of trying to find your feet. You're trying to find where you are, who you want to work with, and I think that's a really important thing as well. Finding out who you really want to work with, because not every single client is for you. And I think that was one of the biggest challenges that I faced. Finding out what type of clients you actually wanted to work with. Because at the start, I'll be honest, we were saying yes to every single one because we just got the buzz for it. We were like, anyone that came on board and asked us, we're like, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. But then after, we were like, hang on a minute, can we really help this client? Because not every client you'll be able to help. It's just one of them things. You can't say to every single different type of client, yes, we can work with you and we can help you. Because there's going to be some clients that just don't fit how you work. Like, put it this way, some of the clients that just don't want to be behind the camera, we can't work with, because our brand is all about building people's faces, humanizing their brand. So the brands that just want photos of products, we now say we can't work. We don't really feel like we can work with you. But I think that was one of the biggest challenges for us, finding out who we truly wanted to work with and not just saying yes to every single person.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's your target audience.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
I think I've developed that over time as well. But I talk about it all the time in marketing, and it makes sense because you can have all the customers in the world, but actually there's only very few of them that will be making you money, you enjoy working with, and you can make a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you know what they are, they're the ones that you target.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like now we've been going for about 15 months, we've really found who we want to work with, and we're very particular with who we want to work with. Because if I don't feel like we can really excel your brand, then we'll just say you're not the right fit for us. So I think that's the point we are now. But it's taken 15 months to get there.
Which is probably quite quick, to
yeah,
be fair. I've
yeah.
been going for over 5 years, and
Yeah.
I've probably fired my first client after the fourth year. So, yeah, and it's still a nerve-wracking
Yeah,
experience,
and I
isn't it?
think being in mid-20s, it's one of them as well where it's like you're seeing everyone on social media like going out and doing this, and like basically like they have this slogan where it's like enjoy your 20s. But I really do hate that saying, because I'm enjoying my 20s, but it doesn't mean I'm going out all the time and I'm not focusing on work. It's I'm enjoying I'm enjoying building myself in my 20s. And I think that's the sort of thing where I want to sort of tell people like, yes, enjoy your life at the same time, but your 20s is where you need to sort of work and find out where you want to go in life, because there's never too late to start, but I think if you're young enough, you can sort of have a little step up as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's about finding actually what you enjoy.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, yes, you do get that sooner. But like you said, there's never it's never too late to start anything.
No, exactly.
I've been lucky enough to work in marketing because I've always enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Starting my own business is something that I did a little bit later on in
Yeah.
life because it was the right time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it was right for me.
Yeah.
And I managed to get that work-life balance.
Yeah.
And I still have that work-life balance, which
Exactly.
I absolutely love. What about so one of the things that you talked about earlier was the work-life balance that you don't really have, or
Yeah.
you're still working towards.
Yeah.
What do you do to actually help you down tools and make sure that you do look after yourself? Because running a business takes a lot out
Yeah.
of you.
No, definitely. I think one of the main things is looking after my health and my fitness. So I have a very, very intensive like routine, which I've developed whilst having a business. And it's really helped me to sort of have time where, yes, I'm still thinking about the business, but I'm working on myself. Because I do think that when you're working on yourself and you're looking after yourself, it only just helps when you're running a business. If you're constantly just on your business, and you're letting it affect your minds, letting it affect your health, I just think the business is not gonna work. There's been times when I've been that stressed that it's taken a mental toll on your body, because it's like you're stressed about the money side, you're stressed about, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Is this really for me? And it does really take a mental test on your body. But I think having that time, like in the mornings where I have that sort of 2 hours at the gym, and I'm just solely focused on that, I think really does help. When I don't go now, I'm not the nicest person. But yeah, I think having that time as well to have that really helps. And I'm a big thing on health. So I think looking after my health with my diet and things like that has really, really helped at the same time. But also I enjoy myself as well. I'm not saying you have to work. You might see people on social media now saying that they go to bed at like 6 p.m. and they wake up at 2 p.m. and they work and work and work and work. But it's not realistic. It's not realistic. You do need to have that downtime as well. It's like me even with the business, I shut off my work phone and stuff at like 8 p.m. because I think even after 8 p.m. you're tired. Nothing's going to get done. Do you know what I mean? Even if you try and get things done, you're not going to be able to get it done to the quality. So after 8 p.m, have that time where it's just myself, do a bit of meditation, do a bit of reading. And I think having that routine in place really is like helped me grow the business, because then I have the time, that solid time in the day where I'm just solely working on the business. But yeah, I do enjoy myself. I go out, go on holidays, things like that, which is important as well. So I think I do have a work-life balance, but it's a different way to what people think, as I'm still working on myself and the business whilst I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, I get that, because actually you could be. It sounds really sad, but I know I get a buzz out of actually writing my own content,
Yeah.
preparing for the month,
Yeah,
writing all these bits out.
Exactly.
Actually, really, it might look like I'm still working,
Yeah.
but I'm actually just enjoying
Exactly.
myself and getting stuff out of my head.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get that completely.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I really want to just excel the thing of like how important health is when you're running a business, mental health and physical health, because I think if your physical health isn't there, I just think your mental health won't be there. And when you're running a business, you really do need full force. You need 100%. And there's been times where I haven't been 100%. And when I look back, I'm like, gosh, because my head and my body wasn't 100%, my work wasn't 100%. And I think having that time where you're focusing on your health, you're feeling the best within yourself, I think that's when you can properly put 100% into your business. Because if I don't feel myself, like today, say if I came in today and I didn't feel myself, I had no sleep, I felt horrible, I had a Chinese yesterday and I just felt a bit horrible, I'm not going to portray myself and the business in the best light. So I think I'd just say you've got to focus more on your health and wellness, and the business side will come onto it. Because say about 4 years ago, I wasn't the healthiest person. I wasn't like, I was out all the time. I was living my teenage life. I was out all the time drinking, doing this, doing that. And when I look back now, I'm like, gosh, that's really why my work wasn't the best. And it's only like in the last couple of years where I've really focused on my health and focused on that. And that's when I've seen the growth in the business, because I felt my best and I felt like I could do the best for the clients. So
that is incredible. Incredibly wise words from someone so young. So.
I know. If you looked at my sort of diet, what I eat every single day, you'd think, oh my God, he's an absolute weirdo. But it all of it helps and comes together to help me run the business successfully, really.
Yeah, and it makes sense. You've got to do what's right for you. And once you've got that routine, stick with it,
Yeah.
because it makes a huge difference, right?
Definitely, 100%.
One of the biggest things I see on social media is these trends. Now, it's interesting to see sometimes, but I know it's also not right for every single business. But what are your thoughts on that? Should people be jumping on all the trends?
No, not everyone should be jumping on every single trend, because not every single trend relates to every single business. I do see businesses jumping on different trends all the time. And I just think, yeah, you might be getting the interaction, the views and stuff, but is that really, really converting and reaching your audience? Because if it's not, the views are pointless. Say if you get 10,000 views, but they're reaching people in America and you're in the UK and you're selling a service that, say you're a coffee shop and you're doing social media trends and it's reaching people in America. Yeah, you're getting the views, but are them views really worthy? Is it better off posting something where you're going to get 2,000 views, where there's going to be people in the local area that are going to see it? I do think they are important to have in your content schedule, but I think businesses need to really relate it to their business. They can't just be posting a trend where it's nothing to do with their business and it's not really relevant. If they can change that trend to relevate to their business, then yeah, brilliant. But I wouldn't say just keep posting trends. Have them in there here and there, but only if they sort of relate to your business, I'd say.
Definitely. It's about that brand consistently, like you talked about
Exactly.
earlier, isn't it? Like there's absolutely no point in following every single trend, because then you look like every single trend. You don't look like one consistent
Exactly.
brand.
And every company can do trends. Every single business can do trends. And if you want to stand out, yeah, you can do trends, but make them your own. Don't just copy what everyone else is doing. Make them a little bit different. Make them relevant to your area, your business. But also have a look to who your market actually is. I've seen it so many times where people will follow trends and it will be a business like that. Their target market is 50 to 60 year olds and they're doing social media trends that 18, 19, 20 year olds are doing. So if I'm a 56 year old and I'm looking at social media and I see that, my instant thought is that's not relevant to me, even though if the business is relevant to me. So I think that's a really important thing as well. Just making sure that if you're doing trend, they're relevant to your audience.
Yeah, it's actually appealing to the people you want to sell to.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So just building on that then, what types of content should people be posting on Instagram, TikTok and the like?
I'd generally say most of your content should be around you, around how the business was built, little stories about the business. I think that's really important to get. If you're starting off social media, you've never done social media before, and you've just opened your business and you want to start social media, but you don't know where to start. Don't just start posting random trends, because it's not going to build customer loyalty and trust within your business. Because the biggest thing when a business starts is they need to start building customer trust. And I think the first couple of posts should definitely be about the brand story and why they were built, why they started, the story behind it. And I think after then, you should still have that type of content in between and showing how the business is relevant to you. so you can be relevant to your customers. But I also think having a few trends that are relevant to business in between as well, that's brilliant. But I'd just genuinely say, just focus on the pain points of your customers. If we work with a lot of aesthetic clinics, your customers are looking for treatments to help their confidence. That's what you're looking for. They're not looking to treat their problems. They're looking to treat their confidence. So if you can home in on that and really touch them with maybe your story and how you increase your confidence with this treatment, I think that's the type of content, really touching people inside and making them feel like that's relevant to them. I think that should be the main content that people are posting.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess that ties into when they see it as well. So posting at the right time, I guess that is important.
Everyone asks me the same question. And they're like, I need to post at 7 p.m. Okay, but why? Why do you need to post at 7 p.m.? Well, that's when everyone's on their phone. Yeah, that's when everyone's on their phone. But if you were to go on your phone at 7 p.m. and every single company posts at 7 p.m., where is yours going to get lost? It is. But I do think that no matter what time you post, if your content's quality, it will reach the right people. You can post at 7 p.m. a really bad piece of content, and even your followers won't see it. I think people get the wrong impression of Instagram, where they're like, Instagram and TikTok really, where it's like, all of my followers will see all of my content. And it's just not true. It's not true. Your followers will not see your content if it's not quality. Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, all social media accounts are businesses at the end of the day. Their job is to keep people on the platform. If you post something and they feel like it's not relevant to your following or to anyone else, they're not going to show it. Because if someone goes on social media, sees that post and they don't do anything with it, they don't like, they don't share, they don't comment, they're going to go off the app. Because once you're scrolling, you see a post where you think, oh God, what is that? You go off the app. Everyone does it. So Instagram's and TikTok and Facebook's job for that is to stop that happening. So it doesn't matter if they follow you, they may not see your post still. I've had people come to pass and they're like, I've not seen that post, but I follow you. And I'm like, yeah, because the posts that the people that you're following aren't posting quality stuff. They're not posting stuff that Instagram think are relevant to you. So I just think posting times matter to an extent where it's like, say if in the UK and you think you're going to post at 3 a.m. Just expect it not to boom maybe until the morning. But that post, if it's quality and it relates to the target market, still will boom, but it will boom in the morning, not at that time. So I think people need to stop getting out of this head where it's like, I need to post at 7 p.m. I think that's the main thing, because I think that's where a lot of people are stuck and they're like, I can't post till 7. But I think if the post is quality, it doesn't matter when you post.
Thank you very much for coming along, Dylan. It's been really great to have you on this side of the camera, and it's been great fun interviewing you. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
This has been a Monkey Pants Productions podcast.